that?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Alright. Hey guys, it's Noah and this is my partner Preston. So I know I mentioned we were going to go live today and kind of do a little DIY aromatherapy session. And I just kind of wanted to share that with you guys because we use a lot of aromatherapy in our apartment, just kind of throughout our day-to-day. And just share how we, well, mostly Preston, make the aromatherapy that we use. So, Preston, do you want to share a little more about yourself?
Yeah. I'm Preston. I'm an intuitive consultant, which means I help train people how to use their intuition to help improve their lives, whether that's using tarot cards or whether that's using some other type of like psychic tool, but just helping people to make better decisions about their lives in general. I discovered aromatherapy like when someone gave me a present for my birthday, and I think that was Christy, if you're watching. And I loved it and I used it up really quick, so I started sort of experimenting with new recipes and figuring out what I could make for myself.
Cool. All right. Quick little background on aromatherapy. So the term aromatherapy was not coined until 1937. The practice of using like any type of scent for any type of, whether it was medicinal purposes or just for stress or any emotional relief, I mean, that dates back like thousands of years ago, but the actual term was coined in 1937 by René Maurice Gaultier-Fossé, and I'm sure I butchered that name, but
Fluent.
Real fluent. So that was coined by René, and it was actually because they burned themselves in an essential oil burn. So that's kind of how that term came about, and the whole practice of aromatherapy, I think, took off since then. But I do want to just give a quick little disclaimer. Before you start using any aromatherapy or any type of scents or lotions or bath salts or anything of that sort, do consult with your medical provider, your primary doctor, whoever it is you seek medical attention from. As some scents and some products that are out on the market can have allergens or toxins in them, and they can be harmful if you have any type of asthma, COPD, or if you do have any like sensitive skin, or even if you're pregnant too. It's been contraindicated for some people to use any type of aromatherapy. So just make sure you're conscious about that and just check with your medical provider first before just experimenting with a bunch of things, and just be cautious and start slow. So the different types of aromatherapy methods you can use, they range from lotions, bath salts, incense, diffusers. What are a few others I'm thinking of?
The easiest one is spray, which we'll be making one in just a little bit for you.
Right, so room spray, that's like your easiest go-to at home one you can make. Anyone can make this, it's super easy. It's much more affordable than buying it from like big brands or like big companies or going out and buying it in retail stores. This is something you can do at home and just like tailor to your own needs. And that's kind of the beauty of aromatherapy, is you can make it work for your needs. So if you're stressed, or if you are often very tired, or have trouble staying focused on tasks, you can use aromatherapy to kind of help guide you or give you that little extra boost in your day. The way it's been thought to work, since there's no true medical studies, at least none that I found or discovered, there's no true medical studies on aromatherapy, but what it's said to believe is it stimulates your olfactory nerve, which is then tied to your brain and your amygdala, which also are connected and control your emotions, your memory, and also your mood overall. So it's said because aromatherapy is tied to that specific nerve and it transmits to your brain, that we tie a lot of scents to memory, and that in return ties a lot to our emotions. So for a lot of people, you smell Christmas scents and you get very happy and very excited, because for most people, Christmas is like a very happy time. It's a bunch of love, family, and everything like that. So when you smell like peppermint or holly, it reminds you of Christmas. So it's typically like stimulates like a happy feeling inside you. Whereas if you smell something that you have like a bad memory of, or just like you connect to like a bad past event, that's typically going to transmit a negative emotion for you. So it's all about the nerve relating to your emotions and your memory and how that kind of ties together. So, all right, let's see. So which scents are we going to make today?
So I figured to keep with the stressful times, we do some type of like sort of a stress relief or a relaxing scent. So it's super easy recipe. It's just part water, part witch hazel, and then you mix the scents together to get what you want. So I've already mixed the water. Well, so start off, you can buy these at Amazon. It's just little amber bottles. You can buy them on Amazon, and sometimes at like the store they'll have them. Pretty much everything here was bought either at Whole Foods or on Amazon. So we got these on Amazon, and then all the essential oils actually bought at Whole Foods. So you can buy them, they're pretty much anywhere. So you can buy them like generic scents, like rosemary or like lavender at someplace like Whole Foods, but they also sell like mixture scents. So we'll be using one of these, it's called Sleep, and it has a mixture of like lavender, some citrus, and sort of a pre-blend that makes it a lot easier to sort of match the different profiles with. So we started, like I said, we started with a half and half mixture. So this holds 50 milliliters. So I started with 25 milliliters of distilled water, and then we put another 25 milliliters of witch hazel. And again, just like any type of witch hazel, it works really well. The alcohol just helps the mist to dissolve faster, so that you, when you spray it, it doesn't like sit and get clunky and get all over the floor. So we start, and you can find recipes online. I am a cook in a kitchen. I will like sort of test and just try a few recipes out at a time and just see what I enjoy. So in this case, I'm adding a little bit of peppermint just because it does have that I don't know, sort of focus, but it's almost like a Zen type of focus sort of puts in. So I usually start with like a 1-to-1 ratio of everything. Well, if I have some, or I might be out of peppermint. Just kidding. We're not going to use peppermint in this one. Technical difficulties, didn't realize we were out. All right, moving on to the next one. So we'll start with Sleep, which again, this is just a premix that I think I actually, don't quote me on it, but found at Ross. Like it had a premix set of like Awake and Sleep and Focus, and I really like the smell of this one. So it's got a really like relaxing lavender scent, and you count out about like 10 drops, and then adding a little bit extra for a boost of lavender. And again, I'll probably put 5 drops in there. And then I like to mix like a clean smell to it. So I like to use rosemary. You can use some things like eucalyptus. You can use tea tree oil. Again, the great part is they're not super expensive for the bottles, and you can sort of mix to whatever your taste or whatever you're looking for to do. And again, I start with about 5 drops and then mix, and then sort of you can splash some.
I'll post the recipe that we're using in the caption to this video, and I'll also share it on my website too. I wrote an article just a few days ago kind of on aromatherapy and how we use it in our apartment, and then how, with any clients that we work with directly, it's great for stress, it's great for energy, it's, as long as it's doctor approved and you're in the clear. So we just highly recommend it. It's an easy thing you can do, and it's a super simple DIY. It doesn't take a lot of effort, and it's fun because you can mix and match and kind of tailor it to your needs. So if you're looking, just to list off a few scents that I found, if you're looking for like energetic, like kind of like uplifting scents, you want to keep bright scents in mind and think of like citrus. So ones you're going to think of are like obviously a citrus, like a grapefruit or orange. Lavender is another great one. Bergamot and lemongrass are usually like your top citrus and energetic ones. So if you see like anything fruit related or floral related, those are going to be your go-tos when it's typically like uplifting and energy.
So then I also talk about that it's nice to have, like, again, you can make it so you can have different types. So in this case, like, this is more of a relaxing scent for, like, if you're stressed out after, like, when you come home for the day, or uh, even if you're trying to sleep and you just, like, want a little extra something to smell good on your pillow, like, this can really help. You can also use citrus and mint together as a really good combination if you're looking for, like, a boost throughout the day. So I keep some in my desk, and so if there's ever a time that, like, I'm feeling like I could use a little focus or even just a little, like, pick me up, it's really nice to just spritz around really quick and then get a quick idea of the scent.
Very true. And I do mention in the article too, as far as safety is concerned, after checking obviously with your medical provider that, you know, this is okay for you and it's not going to cause any health issues. This is also a really safe alternative for when you're sleeping, because it is obviously very unsafe to go to bed with anything like incense burning or candles lit or anything, you know, that is on fire or requires that to kind of create any aroma in the room. So this is a really good alternative while you're brushing your teeth or getting ready for bed and winding down. Just giving your room a few sprays and kind of just letting that settle and then climbing into bed, and it's perfect. So it's not overbearing, it's just kind of like the right level to sit at, and you don't have to worry about your house catching on fire either.
And it's also great to use, like, right before you leave for the day. You can either, like, just spray a few quick sprays around the house, or, like, try a specific room for a specific scent, but that way you're not leaving anything burning, you're not leaving anything, like, waiting, and that could cause a danger, so you can just sort of spray and go and come back to a fresh, clean smelling house.
Right. And as far as the oils are concerned too, if you choose not to shop at like a Whole Foods or any major retailer, if you're here in Phoenix, I do know Sprouts, they're very, I think, primarily local sources. So I know Sprouts here in Phoenix, they do have a huge section of oils and a ton of aromatherapy as well. So there are smaller stores probably in your local area that do carry these brands or brands that are local to your city. So just make sure you check those out as well if you're trying to steer away from major retailers and like Amazon and Whole Foods.
And on that note, you can also check for, like, when I mentioned pre-mixed ones, a lot of either like metaphysical shops or psychic shops have a large selection of essential oils that are sort of blended and mixed for a specific purchase or purpose. So if you're looking for, again, we've mentioned sleep and energy a couple times, but even they have ones that will help build your intuition up, or if there's a certain, like, chakra you're having an imbalance with, you can use that to help balance out and keep your energy flows back open.
Yeah, especially if you meditate often or do yoga, this is room sprays or any kind of aromatherapy is a great addition to any of those practices as well. All right, I think that covers it for everything that we've done. We just wanted to touch on the article that I wrote, and some of the questions that I asked Preston are there in the article at the bottom as well, and just kind of do a little DIY, get on the screen, show you guys how easy it is to do, and, you know, it requires little to no ingredients, you know, just your oils, some witch hazel and water, and if you can find just any generic plain spray bottle, then you're good to go. So again, I will post the ingredients in the caption below, and I'll also try and link some companies that we use as well, so you guys can follow their pages or just buy their products directly instead of having to do an outside source as well. So, all right, and if you guys have any questions, feel free to write in the comments, shoot me a message, and I'll tag Preston as well, and you guys can shoot him a message if you're interested in any of his work as well. So I hope you guys are doing well and staying safe, staying healthy. Do you have anything else to add?
That's it.
All
Stay
right.
safe out there.
Wear your mask, guys.